Alright, Assalamualaikum Nabiha. I'm doing your critique now. Here's looking at yours. There's some comments from Sir TJ here, and let's have a look at it. I've seen that you've addressed most of these. Yeah. It's just this part here where Sir TJ commented the future part. Where's the future? It's not clear. It's not represented in the visuals, and I tend to agree with him, because future. Oh, okay, broken future. Is that what you're trying to say? Yeah. Well, that might work, although it's also a bit ambiguous there. But that's okay. I'm gonna bring this into Photoshop and let's look at it together. Right. This is a bit, okay, I'm gonna talk about the good stuff here, okay? What's good about your poster is that I like the font choice. It's a good font choice. Although I would love it if this wasn't that big. Well, in general, it's this. It doesn't feel good to have the headline looking really big in a location where this is the first thing I see, and that's good. We are supposed to kind of present our reefs, our future here, but that shouldn't be the end of it. Okay, this is what I mean. It's a bit hard to convey this, but let me just get something. I'm gonna use this previous example. If you look at this poster here, and let me enlarge that. If you look at it, the biggest thing that catches our attention is this. I tell you what, let me just bring it into Photoshop. So let me just download this wherever, and I'm gonna alright, coming back to here, let's just analyze it, shall we? As it is, let's get a different color. As it is, this tends to work. Why do I say that? Because they kind of use the rule of thirds here. Oh, there. So the first thing that the whole thing about rule of thirds is that when you break up an image into thirds, you get all the important stuff roughly where you're supposed to hold on there. Okay, preferably where the line crosses, that should be where all the interesting parts are. So using the rule of thirds, the designer successfully placed the subject where the viewers should be looking. And because, okay, let's just look at it. I'm just gonna undo that. Because our subject is covered in a red cloth against a blue background, that seems to be the area that has the most interest. So our eyes are automatically drawn to her face, this part of the poster. And when you put in the rule of thirds like that, it kind of strengthens the where our eye is looking at. And the other part, which is interesting, is all these small details, all these bits of water coming down. And because it is placed at the crossing lines of the rule of thirds, automatically our eyes is drawn there. So there's a nice flow to things. You start looking here, and then your eye is kind of going down, and you see all that. So you're scanning the image like that. Let me just get a better color for this and kind of increase the opacity here. So what we're doing is, our eyes is doing that. So it's a nice flow. So you have this, this frame, this frame which is looking very squarish, rectangulish, yeah, contrasted with a dynamic line that goes in this direction. So it feels nicer. It feels like there's strength, there's some dynamic, there's some energy in the image, yeah. And because the body is lined along the rule of thirds, it works so well. And what more, I just noticed that this is a interesting part as well, and coincidentally there's drops of water coming out of this spout as well. So that's what I was talking about. Use whatever you know about graphic design and framing and staging to help your work make it better. Okay, let's just go back to here. I'm gonna undo all that. Just bear with me. Sorry. Okay, coming back to here. So we have an interesting image, and it uses negative space to its advantage. Look at all the negative space here. So negative space is something that not many designers really think about when designing. You need negative space. You need to know how to use that negative space so that it really makes your subject pop out. And when you use negative space properly, you can really enhance your image and what you're trying to show to the viewer. See, that's all the negative space that we're looking at. So use it to your advantage. So another point that I want to make about this is, should have copied that. Let's just undo all that. Let's just copy it this time. Another point I want to make is, so you have a strong image, you're using good negative space, and look at how much of the poster is covered with visuals. So you're not filling it with a really big text, yeah. So that's something to take home and learn from all these properly designed posters, is that you don't want things like text or logos to really take center stage, yeah. It should be there. People should know who's trying to deliver this message, but it shouldn't kind of distract from what we're trying to focus on, which is basically the visuals, the image that you're trying to have the viewer absorb and take in and really ponder upon. This is something what we need, and this is something that we need to really look at and observe. You can see an elderly woman in a rural village trying to use water to cultivate her plants and whatnot. Therefore, going back to your work, see how much this stuff is taking up our that's like, I don't know, I'm gonna include all the spaces in between, and so I'm gonna assume all this is the text that is occupying our image. That is quite a substantive amount, and when you include the logo, I mean, what you're doing isn't that too bad. I mean, you kind of put having it minimal, but if you can, try not to have it slap in the middle here, and that seems to be the main interest of our poster. What you should do instead is have the viewer's eyes looking at what's the most strongest thing in your image, in your visual, instead of going here straight away. Remember this guy, this poster? We look at the image and we absorb all of the image. Only then we start scanning this. So if we're gonna do like a sequence of eye flows, probably I'll look at her, then I'll look at that, and maybe this, either one. So it's gonna be that movement, that dynamic movement here, only then I start scanning. So maybe it goes down here, and then I start to see, oh, this is the link whereby I can, start opening up to find more information about this, and then I scan the image and I see, oh, it's actually sponsored by UNHCR, and only then I'll notice at the very top there we have that. So that would be number 6, and then it comes full circle again, and then probably I'll follow that that flow and go here. So do you get what I mean? It's a nice flow, it's a dynamic flow, it's like a circle. So I can do that on and on. Right. So I hope I'm not, like I always say, yeah, you're still learning, and that's I mean, it doesn't matter whether you, how to say, win or lose, but I hope you learn something out of all this, that the flow of information that you're trying to present in a poster can be strengthened via the layout that you design for it. So having a good layout and learning from good posters on how to use layout to your advantage will totally help. So hopefully you can take something out of that and probably improve on this thing here if you can. Yeah, so hopefully it's not the text that becomes our focal point. It should be this reefs, and the visuals need to tell something, just as how the visuals here, I mean, even though it's not thought-provoking or whatnot, it does show something. It shows that what is important to cultivate lands. So what does your image say? That is what you need to think about. Is it just divers looking at beautiful coral reef? It doesn't really say something. If I remember it right, during the briefing they want to kind of make it like an awareness thing, like the poster should kind of alert people that the reefs are dying and what's being done to our reef, whether it's conservation or rehabilitation or the negative stuff that civilization or humans are doing to our reefs that makes it starting to die, and we won't have anything left for the future if you don't take care of them. So you have to kind of, I don't know, pick any one of those subtopics, sub messages, and pick one and use it in your poster. Choose something that you want to say and use visuals to tell it properly. How to say, even though I'm asking you to change a lot, what you're doing here is kind of okay. You have a good mastery of the Adobe Photoshop or Illustrator set of tools that you managed to come up with this really nice colorful reef, and all that blah blah blah. They're nice. It's just, I think you need to start focusing on the design part, on the message, on the concept that you're trying to present, and also how much of that goes into your poster. Again, let me just copy that. If you notice, the beautiful part in your poster is just this much. I'm not saying this is, it's good, but you can probably enhance it, make it really colorful, make it much more realistic. Take inspiration from whatever you see. You can also use the images that was given to you here by, who's that? By Reef Check. There are some excellent images here, like this one here. It looks a bit desaturated, but, and I'm gonna pause the video while I finish downloading this. Alright, look at this. It does look a bit desaturated, but if you bring it into Photoshop and play around with the saturation, all of a sudden you get a vibrant image going on. So use it to advantage. Doing a simple thing like that will totally help. I mean, together with clever Photoshop skills, like, you know, extract things that you don't need, and combining it with other images will totally set you apart from the rest of the participants. See, look at all those vibrant colors. That's what you need to show. And a lot of times when you're looking at promotional material from the Ministry of Tourism, or, you know, whatever, they normally enhance the pictures and videos. They do color correction and whatnot to enhance the images, so that people come to their place and explore the coral reefs. And that's what you need to do as well in your work, right? Alright, so yeah. Okay, coming back to this. Like I said, this is the only part that's kind of pretty, which sits in your poster. Look at that. That's like I don't know how much is that. Probably 10, probably what, 15 or 15% of the whole image. Probably less than that. Probably 10. So we have this really big space. Why use only 10%? I mean, I know you're trying to say, because, you know, in the big vast ocean, that's all the coral reef that is left. But that's not, how to say, it's not really clear, because, you know, all of these stuff here, probably you're trying to present that this is reef, but they're all dead. But they don't look dead. If you ask me, frankly, they look like they're alive. It's just, you know, the water's murky. They don't look dead. Dead coral reefs, they look like no, maybe that. Is this it? No, not that. Let's look at the dead ones. Coral damage. This is dead. They're broken. They kind of, you know, the water's really murky. There's dots. There's you know, you can't see far away into the distance. They're kind of broken. There's some like some stuff rotting here, and, you know, this is new shoots perhaps, I don't know. But this looks dead, whereas yours, they look kind of pretty. They're just, you know, different tones, different shades. So I don't know. If you want to show that, show that. This doesn't look dead. This looks dead. It's not that hard to achieve. I know. Okay, you might have a limitation in terms of using Photoshop. Maybe, I don't know. I'm just assuming. But start learning how to use Photoshop to your advantage, and, you know, photo edit until you get it right. But it's okay. If it's hard, probably just stick with Illustrator. I'm not telling you use one software or another, but if you can use Photoshop, it's much better, because, you know, it does give you a lot of choices in terms of photo editing, and you don't need to draw every single thing that goes into your poster. Okay, so basically what I want you to do or take home is this concept. Get the concept right. Use visuals to help with the concept. Yeah. So that's pretty much it from me. I think you have the energy and time to spend on fixing this. So we've only got what? It's 3 p.m. We've only got 24 hours to go before submission. So good luck, try your best. So that's it from me. Keep on trying, don't give up. Thank you very much. Assalamualaikum, Nabiha.